What's up, everyone? It's your host, Carlos Ponce here, and this is episode 7 of Advancio Talks, season 2, because there's a bunch of other episodes in the previous season. This is episode 7 of season 2, and we're live, and we've got Eloy Garza, the CEO of Garza Labor, with us today, and I'll let him introduce himself in a minute. Real quick, if you're just discovering us, welcome. And if you've been here since the very beginning, since 2022, you know what we're about. So, the Advancio Talks is where we sit down with people actually building the future in technology and many other industries, not just talking about it, doing it. CTOs, founders, the folks making decisions that matter. So this season, we're bringing your conversations with people who have been recognized at events like EY World Entrepreneur of the Year, 2024, 2025. Real operators, real results. So whether you're drinking coffee, commuting, or just curious about what's actually happening in tech or other industries in the Latino community, stick around. Eloy has got stories and insights you won't hear anywhere else. So let's jump in. Eloy, welcome to the show. It's good to have you here.
Hello, how are you, Carlos?
Uh,
Eloy Garza, CEO of Garza Labor. We are a farm labor contracting company in about 10 different states. All year round, we're about 800 people. And then in our seasons, in our prime, we get to be about 1,000 people, all under our umbrella. And picking cabbage, produce, fruit, harvesting, you name it, any type of produce you can think of, and then going as far as raising chickens, turkeys, and pigs.
wow. Yeah. So you're keeping us all fat and happy. That's very, 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 very commendable. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. So great. Okay, Eloy. Before we jump into today's topic, tell us and the audience a little bit about you, your background, anything you want to say about yourself that you feel is relevant,
Yeah,
and then we go from there.
yeah, perfect. So, like I said, Eloy Garza, uh, CEO of Garza Labor, a contracting firm that helps farmers, produce warehouses all over the country output and push out produce, all types of meats into the big box retails. But before I got into this business, right, before I knew anything about farming and stuff, it really started where I was born. So I was born in Belgrade, Florida. I was raised in a migrant camp facility. So what is that? So if you can think of a 5,000 acre field, and then picture 100 acres in the middle of that.
Mm-hmm.
In that 100 acres are concentrated housing units that agriculture employers would offer their crews and stuff, and offer housing for the crew staying there. And so I grew up there. I was born there in 1991. I grew up there to about 13 years old. Again, a migrant community, so farm all around me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was born there in 1991. Before that, though, my parents also grew up there. And so they grew up their entire lives as young as me, being raised in that migrant facility, as well as my grandparents before them. So we have about 80 to 90, 100 years of networking of good families and talent that all come from Florida, right? And so we use this network, these family connections to connect talent to farms all across the United States. It's a very big community that I come from, an agricultural town.
Mm-hmm.
So to put it simply, without going too much into it, I was born into this. And so was my mother, my father, my grandpa. And so that's how I ended up doing what I do.
Okay. Yeah. Well, and I understand that you started Garza Labor in 2014.
Mhm.
So, of course, what you just mentioned kind of hints the answer to my question, but let me just ask you anyway for the public. What drove you to enter the labor contracting industry as a Latino entrepreneur?
Yep. Good question. I would say a couple things. One, I was tired of working 100-hour shifts, 101-hour shifts, Sunday through Saturday, right? 8 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the morning.
Mhm.
That gets tiring after so many years. And so the reason why I was working so many hours, right, was because no one was around. So back in, if you remember 2012, 2013, 2014, really it started in 2010, the labor market started changing in the United States. I remember, working at the warehouses when I was 14 years old, right? I would see these lines of people just waiting to put in applications. That was '06, '07. But then it changed around 2010. And so what ended up happening, here I am at work, putting 100-hour shifts. No one's around because labor is tight. And so it just hit me on my smoke break one day. And I said, hey, um, you know, uh, it's no secret that the company I work for needs people. Um, Going back to that migrant facility and everything, my roots, I said, man, I really know people that would kill to have a job up here that pays this much, right? And
Mhm.
so I just put two and two together and say, hey, company, I'm tired of working these 100-hour shifts. I know a buddy, I know this person, I know this person. And all of a sudden they started coming up, working hours dropped. And so that is when then I said, hey, I think I could do this long term. And so I looked into farm labor contracting. What I did not know, what my mom told me when I first brought this idea, was that I was third generation already.
Mhm.
That my uncles, my grandfathers before me did this. This is their experience. And I found it extremely interesting that I would have just naturally fallen into this and be good at it, as you can see. And so that's kind of what started labor contracting. Another thing too that happened was that same warehouse where I was putting 100-hour work weeks and stuff. My mother and father worked there as well, and so we had three of us working there. And one day they decided, because they were going through tough times, right, to do some layoffs. And so all of a sudden, in one go, it was me, dad, and mom out of a job. And I took my last $300 I had in my pocket and said, hey guys, listen, I think I'm going to do this labor contracting business. I think we have the network, the support to be good at it. And never look back, sir. That was in 2015 of January 1st, when I ran the first crew. And the business was created November 2014. So in about 2 months, I was already running crew. We started with 8 people, and truly no marketing or anything, just word to mouth. We've gotten to the size we are now.
Wow. Yeah, and I get the impression that at first it didn't it wasn't all peaches and cream, right? So what challenges did you face scaling from startup to employing thousands of people in just 10 years?
Yep, yep. Really, when you say that, what comes to mind is capital.
Mm.
So if we go back to like my first crew, so I first started with 8 people, 8 people that I would have to pay as an employer. Averagely 8 people. Let's just say during that time we're making, for this example, $600. Six times six is 4,800. And so that became very apparent to me that, oh man, I need $5,000 a month just to or sorry, a week, just to afford payroll. And so quickly, capital was the issue. And so I ended up pawning a lot of family jewelry that I still wear today. Pawned it, got enough for the payroll, and then 3 months later, grew, made profits, and got the funds back, and then it kind of scaled from there. But it was always payroll, always payroll, because when a farmer calls and he says, hey, Eloy, do you have maybe 200 individuals that are good at apple picking that would love to work over here? We got good work for them for about 8 months. Well, that means, right, 200 people, that's about $200,000 a week that you need for that's at 8 months. So gaining capital when the business wanted to grow was the challenging part.
Hmm.
And luckily, though, we were successful.
Wow. Yeah, no, that's quite impressive. Um, and starting a business, it's always just the idea of starting. Starting is the easy part, right? They always say that keeping it alive is what's really challenging, and it doesn't come with its fair share of sacrifices at the beginning.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. So let me ask you, just move touch on real quick, because part of what we do in these talks is we also talk about some technology components or aspects of the businesses that we um, showcase in this conversation. So, for example, in the case of labor contracting, well, at first it might not seem like a tech industry per se, right? But I would like to ask you, how are you using technology to revolutionize or this space?
Yep. I would say maybe not revolutionize, right? Because to me, revolutionize means AI, means
Yes.
quantum computer and stuff. But what I would
Absolutely.
say is maybe how am I introducing technology into labor contracting, which is truly an industry that's like 20, 30 years behind
Mhm.
regulation, paperwork, systems to report back and forth. So it's very much still 1980s kind of feel. And so, what am I doing to bring technology in? There's a couple things. One, we are, with 800, 1,000 people, 10 different states, different farms. We have vans going back and forth a lot. And safety is of the utmost priority, right? We aren't hauling product or anything like that. We have people in the vans. These are lives. These are individuals that have families and everything like that. Priceless. And
Mhm.
so, in order to secure everyone there, what we've done is just the last year or so have put in GPS slash cameras. Let's just call them. I forget the name or the mark, but the
Mhm.
GPS that cameras that truly track using AI any type of incidents that happens. And so what happens is, as the driver is driving and we're seeing the map, a blue dot will pop up every time something happens of incident. So what could that be? I'm driving. I'm a driver for Garza Labor, and I have 15 people behind me in this van. And I'm texting a girlfriend or something. And you know what? She's more important right now, and so I'm texting away. You're not supposed to do that. That is a deviation from what you're supposed to do. So the app catches that,
Mhm.
records it, and lets us know, hey, look at what he did. And this allows us to grade and make sure that if we do have people who are being under compliance while driving, are people. And so we've added that type of technology, real time technology. And side note to that, it saved gas as well. Because
Mhm.
now people are a little bit more efficient on where they're going. And then another thing that we haven't implemented yet, but we are looking into implementing, is a AI system that helps us. It's like an advanced payroll system. So no matter if our guys are picking, no matter if our guys are working hourly, no matter if they're packing buckets, this AI system is just going to have one type of payroll system that helps the employee understand how he's getting paid, and clearly noted for any agency that wants to stop by and stuff. Uh, but other than that, I'd say that's about it.
Mhm.
Minus maybe some AI for some company stuff and the finances behind it, maybe giving us some good stock options or a machine back there. But other than that, that's pretty much what technology we have right now.
Mhm.
Side note, AI though, I was just actually in a roundtable last week. There's a stigma that AI has not reached agriculture or will never reach construction yet, and it's really in computers and stuff. I'm here to say AI is already in agriculture. 2 months ago, I looked at a German machine that, long story short, did what 100 blueberry pickers do in 5 minutes. and it was all through AI. And so, just a note with technology and stuff, AI is coming for agriculture. Technology, agriculture will be affected, and I'm guessing in another 2 or 3 years we'll really see that roll out.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. That kind of leads me to the next question, because what you're saying is that what I'm hearing is that uh, your core business is not AI or tech agnostic. It is related to AI and technology, and it's going to be affected by it, right? And so is the workforce itself, right?
Yep.
So that leads me to the management and operations part of the conversation. Um, and let's framing it back to the tech part and maybe some other components of the work itself. You mentioned, if I recall correctly, you mentioned unrivaled employment benefits, right? But what does that actually look like in practice, particularly now that we're facing this AI thing?
Yep, yep. What I simply mean about unrivaled is it may not necessarily be the word unrivaled would be used best to describe it, because we truly have any type of benefits that a normal company would have down the street, 100 people in their organization, 200 people. It is the fact that, and this brings me up to actually the award. So, 2024, I won the Entrepreneur of the Year award for the Ernst and Young. I won for the state of Michigan and Ohio. I made it to national finalist for the United States, and that would have been cool if we would have won, because we would have went to the world stage and represented our country and what we do. But that was not the case. Well, anyways, we won that award not simply because of our 45 million in sales, our 1,000 people, 10 different states, and how much product we push and stuff. We won that because of how we treated our people, what benefits, medical.
Eloy, sorry to
We can give
interrupt
them life insurance, right? Honestly, truly, basic practices when it comes to benefits. But it's not seen for whatever reason in farm labor contracting. And so we're one of the first to do it. People saw it, saw that we are doing an effort and put people first. And so that's what I guess unrivaled benefits mean, is just being the first to want to really have people join and be a part of it and be healthy, because we want them around.
I see. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for elaborating on that part. I think it's particularly interesting,
I think he got
myself and for
disconnected.
the audience as well. Now we're coming up on time, but I still have a couple of questions for you. What misconceptions do people have
I'm
about the
away from. It
contracting industry
says
that you would
he's
like to
still
address?
live. I might still be live somewhere.
Eloy, are
Unless
you
he's doing a very good poker face.
are you still there? It seems, folks, if you're watching, it
Oh
seems that
man, I think someone called me.
there could be a potential glitch here in communications. Remember, we are doing this in real time.
Hmm?
We're live.
Oh,
Hello? Eloy, are you there? Are you there?